Polt be crowned the king of the craft? That was pretty cheesy. In the top left-hand side of the map, spawning as the red Terran, it is CM Storm's Polt in Match Point.
And spawning in the bottom right position, he needs to definitely win this game or else he's just out. It is the world champion, the Blue Protoss Representative sOs. So, as we saw before in the game versus Ryung, sOs took the gold base. Now, I wonder
Will he do the same thing?
I'm wondering, if I was sOs, I wouldn't want to play so greedy, or play standard safe, don't die to anything early on, and try to play out to the mid game and late game.
And try to outplay your opponent if you feel like you're the better player, which he probably does. But mind you, they are also playing on the North American server, so...
Oh yeah, so ping might be an issue.
We are on West, so...
Oh yeah,
we
so
are
it
on
kind of
West.
like intermediates between both.
Yeah.
So it's as
Fair
close
point.
as we can get it.
Yeah.
To even.
So...
Yeah, it just looks like it's
just
gonna be
looks
standard.
like a normal Nexus this time around. Not a gold, so there goes the Nexus for sOs. On the other end of things, Polt is going for no gas build again, actually.
Yeah, he's going for a quick wall off too, which is really interesting. I'm not sure why he would go for such a quick wall off. Maybe to like meta game his opponent.
Maybe. And the command center is actually on the high ground and leaning towards taking the gold as his second base is what looks to be the case for Polt. Because otherwise he might have just dropped it on the low ground or on the other side. Right now where the command center is located is going to give him the shortest travel distance towards the gold. So it only makes sense that that's what
he's actually going to trap this probe.
Was that the intention there?
No, because he didn't actually...
Yeah, I think he was just scouting.
Oh,
yeah.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, sOs going up that ramp, seeing that it was a really quick depot wall off. Now, this only comes into play two things. One, that your opponent is doing, for example, they could go for a gas racks into a quick Widow Mine Marine drop, and you can actually get the depot right off the barracks. But the depot would still be building at that time. But it's just to prevent scouting, so he actually doesn't know. sOs doesn't really know what Polt's up to. The Marine was actually a good hint that it wasn't like a Mass Reaper or something like that. But Polt, I think, I think he's gonna take the gold.
Yeah, it would appear that way. Now, we were talking about this, and the gold is pretty hard to hold, right? Because it's such a wide open space, especially considering that sOs has been really heavy on the Adepts and the Blink Stalkers. Both units...
And DTs.
And DTs, yeah. All of those units are actually pretty good in open areas. So
Polt, actually, he was scouting out with his Marines. Really
Maybe not so
risky
much
thing
DTs.
to do with Adepts out on the map, just because Adepts do trade very well on Marines 1v1. I think it's 3 hits that kill him, which is pretty ridiculous. And as we see, sOs just getting a couple of gateways, getting observers, not going for that super quick War Prism, which might help out, but he didn't have the Twilight Council for the attack speed upgrade. So I think he's just opting to scout around and making sure he doesn't die to anything. Keeping a presence out on the map.
yeah, sOs going with his 3 Adepts on the side of the map, just maybe scouting. Gonna take the watch. Oh wow, I didn't know that the Shades activated the watchtower.
Yeah, that's pretty...
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Bit of mistake. There's only 5 Marines at the natural. It is kind of scary to have...
6.
Oh, is it 6? It is 6. My bad. 6 is the perfect number it takes to actually pick off a DPS down in Oracle. So good job from Polt having 6 Marines.
Yeah, but 3 Adepts are gonna have a field day with those Marines potentially, right?
I think this is the Adept all-in, War Prism all-in with the Adepts. There should be the Adept attack speed upgrades, a big giveaway, and also not saturating or getting extra gases. Like sOs is probably gonna cut probes here, but this is gonna be a pretty heavy pressure, and Stem is almost done though, so we'll see if Polt's in position. But I mean, he's getting a bunker just in case. He knows what's up. He kind of figured it out with with the scam and the lack of the Chrono Boost on the Nexuses means he's isolating the Chrono Boost into something else, which is usually an upgrade. And I think that's 7 gateways total. So it's a 7 gate Adept all-in.
So can Polt hold? If he does, he will be crowned the champion of our tournament, of our third hosted tournament here. Otherwise, SOS will come one step closer to the edge.
Yeah, and Polt had some units in position, and he's not going to be able... Oh, if he picks this off, this is absolutely huge, but he was just getting in the orange, just a warning shot. But the Adepts, like, if he can get the full 7 Warp Gate off with the additional 4 Adepts in the main of Polt, it will pretty much spiral out of control. And as we see, he does Warp home. He's probably going to use the War Prism, dump a couple of Adepts into the main base, draw the attention away from the natural from Polt, and then he's going to just go all with the 7 Adepts into the natural to pick off all the SCVs.
Mind you, it does matter that Polt is stimming his units as much as he is, or you know, the one stim, because there's no medevacs out, yeah. And also with his units, I'm really confused by Polt moving out here, because he does have a lot of units, but I thought he had a read on what SOS was doing, and I think that SOS pretty much has to kill
nothing's
Polt.
in the bunker.
Yeah, Polt is going to have to go for a base raid. He's way too far out of position right now.
That does help.
It does help, but the bunker's going to get DPS'd so fast, and Polt is going to be going for a counterattack. Photon Overcharge will likely be used right away as Polt arrives to SOS's base, and there is an Adept Warpin and many pylons, and a lot of energy on that Mothership core, so it looks like SOS looking to equalize things. It's going to get a lot of worker damage. Actually cancels, I think, combat shields. And yeah, this is looking great for the world champion on the third game of the grand finals of our tournament here.
Yeah.
The Adepts are still shading in and looking to kill this bunker, trying to get as much surface area as they can. Actually, let's look at the bunker. It will end up falling. With the repair, though, actually, will it? Ooh. That was actually getting scarily close.
Yeah, but there's just overwhelming amounts of Adepts here.
Yeah, and the attack by Polt got completely deflected. So 20 supply ahead is already SOS. Polt might end up clearing this out, but not before taking substantial losses.
And the cost is like all of his units and workers.
Yeah, he's gonna run past the Liberator here. Remember, he killed that supply depot earlier, so he's gonna look for more worker damage here at the natural base of Polt, who's going to be forced going down a choke of all things. And mind you, he still doesn't have any medevacs, so any stim or any commitment from the units of Polt will end up costing him a lot in the long run. The Adepts are going to shift in and start killing some of those units who are trying to hide under Liberator fire, but the Liberator's not really doing much. Now the Zealots are just suiciding under the Liberator, and the Widow Mine's activated already. Polt will be forced to GG, and it will be a serious. We have a serious.
This world champion fights back.
Yeah.